What's up, guys, and welcome to Pump School. So in this video, I'm going to just go over some basics of pumping, and I'll do another video with some more advanced things. I have done these before, but pumping mechanics may have changed, or just videos got lost, or people want some better explanation. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about supplying just ourselves, getting our water supply established. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to our connections, get our intake. There are multiple intakes around the truck. Some trucks have them on the front. Almost all of them have them on the rear. All of them have them on the driver's side. There's small discharges which you use for your attack lines or your fire suppression lines, and then there are large discharges for supplying other trucks. So this is the most basic form of pumping. We're going to go ahead and charge our hydrant. All right. So from there, we'll go ahead and open up our pump panel. We can go over some of the levers real quick and what they do. So first off, tank fill. This allows you to receive water. You go ahead and open up. This is a fictional pressure, not really based on real life at all. So you can see we're bringing in 200. Our tank to pump. This allows us two things. First off, if you're not receiving any water, you can just open that and receive water directly from your tank, which the blue LED lights here indicate how much water you have left. The other thing it allows you to do is set a master pressure for all your discharges. So for starters, we'll go ahead and we can just open that up. Let's say we want to set a maximum pressure of 120 for all our discharges that we use. So we'll go ahead and get a line in service. So discharge 1, we'll go ahead and open that all the way, and it'll stop at 120. For all hand lines, you want in between 120 to 180. If it goes over 180, the players will not be able to move when they're spraying water, and if it's under, they won't be able to spray water. So again, pull that line. We can go ahead and test that out. Yep, we got some water. Cool. All right. So we'll go ahead and shut down our tank fill. So the way the tank to pump works when the tank fills closed and we're not receiving water is this is the maximum amount of pressure you have to distribute. Each truck's different. You can max throttle. This one goes up to 350. If you have multiple lines in service, you're going to have to it's called gating back, but partially close things to kind of get the pressure you want. So now we're at 140 on this one. And let's say we want to open up discharge 4 and kind of see that we're kind of splitting our pressure up. Now this is all depending on what you need. A smaller engine like this, it's 350 is the maximum, but some of the tankers can go up to 1200, so you can feed multiple lines off of multiple trucks. Where this, you might have trouble feeding just off your tank anyway. 2 lines and a ladder truck. However, so if we open our tank fill again, as you can see, it reverts it back to how it was, to where this is now our maximum the lines can be. So we can go ahead and turn that down. And you see they're updating. So now we're back to where we want to be. Then we can reopen discharge 4 all the way, and then we're back at 120. Ways to overheat the pump. For overheating it while the tank fills open, it's going over the allotted pressure. So Let's say I set these to, I can just do max throttle. So we're putting 350 out of both lines. So if I open another line, you start flashing. We're starting to overheat. Now, once we overheat, the truck's going to automatically kick back down to idle, which is 50. And it'll force you to stay there until you correct the problem. So there's that. We can close that. So as you can see, problem's corrected. So let's close these valves again. And this may seem complicated, but it's really actually pretty simple once you get some practice in with it and understand it. It's a lot simpler than real life. So close our tank fill. We'll open our tank to pump again, so it's already open. So the way this works is to overheat this. Let's say I have one line in service. Set the throttle to 140. All right, so this lever's open all the way. Our throttle's set to 140. So if I open another discharge, we're going to be over our maximum throttle. If I increase it, it's not going to fix the problem because this one's still open all the way, so it's taking up all our pressure. As you see, our pump's overheating, so we can go ahead and close this. The way to correct this would be to gate back as you increase. So let's say I'm slowly increasing. I know if I go over 180, these people are going to not be able to move on the line. So we can go ahead and gate that back to 120. Now I have some wiggle room. I can keep increasing. And go ahead and gate back again, back to 124. All right, so now I got plenty space to move around with. You can keep going all the way up. So now we have this completely maxed out. Discharge 1. So we're going to want to keep this increment. We can slowly open other stuff. And then let's say we're supplying someone or something, and we give somebody a little bit of water just to max out the rest. So we can give somebody 70. That's how much extra we got. So I did add this. There's a bug where the gauges disappear for clients, but I'm working on fixing it. It's an engine bug. But for now, I added a little pressure thing here as well. So as you can see, it's really not that complicated. Even like if your head's spinning right now, just some practice with it. It becomes pretty easy. So I'm going to kick back down to idle. I'm going to close all my valves. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open our tank fill again, and we're going to supply the other pumper. And then after we're supplying that, we're also going to supply the ladder truck. We got a really good hydrant here. The hydrants, blue top is the best. It's in the pumping guide, which it's right in here. Pump panel. Pumping guide. We click on fire hydrants. We can see the different ones. They can be anywhere in between this range. So black hydrants you can't hook up to. They're dead. So first, we'll go ahead and hook up their supply line. You can use any intake hose on them, and then you can hook it to any large discharge. So we'll do discharge 5. So for ladder trucks, you need to make sure they have at least 100 for them to flow. So we already hooked up to discharge 5. So we're giving them 2. Something's open. Close. All right. So we'll give them 560. But you can also do this as well. Another good example of how to use this properly. So if we pull our tank to pump, we open that all the way, max throttle. So an issue with this would be more like a tanker situation. You want to gate something back, but if you had a tanker, you could set this to 600 and then give the last 100 to, you could set your throttle to 600 and give the last 100 to your ladder. So, but close that again. All right, so we'll give them 560. See, the line's inflated now. Come over here, tank fill. and open. As you see, they're getting 560, so we're golden. So you can stretch a line either way. So we'll use our other discharge here. Discharge 6. And we'll go ahead and hook it right into their intake. So you can just go ahead and open this. Discharge 6. So here's where you gotta be careful. If I were to open up A more, we're going over. We're overheating. And once we drop to 50, they're done functioning. So they're not getting any water. I'm gonna return this too. All right. So you can see the water, the straight stick, it's flowing now. And that's all there is to it. I'll make another video of drafting and boosting a hydrant, which allows you to actually double the pressure using a HUMAT valve, which once again isn't realistic. However, video game logic, anything goes in Canton County. So any questions on pumping, go ahead and leave them below. And next video, I'll go ahead and answer them. And by questions, I mean how to do something, not suggestions regarding pumping. So thank you guys. Have a good night.